Alright guys, I'm here. It is Saturday afternoon. It's gorgeous out and I finally have an afternoon off. It's winding down and I can tell that the season's getting easier and I'm getting less work on weekends. So anyway, I was looking back at some pictures and I just wanted to talk about a few things I noticed, but this video is basically about safety. I drive a lot. I drive like a grandma. So much so that I'm not accustomed to driving over 60 miles an hour. When you do dumpsters, you get a lot of windshield time, as they say. So, so much so that because I'm not accustomed to driving over 60, I was driving with my girlfriend, and she was doing 70, and it was scaring the living bejesus out of me. I felt like I was strapped to a rocket. But anyway, because I have a lot of windshield time, I just wanted to share with you what's happened to me in the past month. Number one, if you're a semi-truck driver and you drive from 64 East, I believe 64 East, and you use the interchange to go to 65 South frequently, slow down. I've seen, in the past 2 months, I have seen 3 semis overturned, 2 in the past month. And it's ungodly when you see a truck overturned like that, okay? They have to be unloaded. Usually the drivers are okay. But that said, I don't ever want to experience that. So, that said, 3 trucks overturned, 2 months. 2 trucks at the same spot within the last month. I saw a semi at 5 a.m. I don't know what happened. But I can only imagine this guy got cut off, and he tried to avoid it, and he put some tires in the shoulder or gravel and got pulled over off of the interstate. Anyway, the truck ended up disconnecting from the trailer, and the entire front of the semi was just ripped to pieces. Both axles were off, the frame was sitting on the ground, the hood was off. I mean, I did not think this guy was going to survive, but later read in the news that he did. I was driving, and okay, this isn't meant to be a critique of this company, but I'm going to give you enough information if you're their safety guy to understand. There was a big green concrete truck. If you're in Louisville, Kentucky area, you should know who that is. This big green concrete truck did not let me merge onto the interstate, so I had to put I had to get about half of my truck into the emergency lane in order to merge onto the interstate, okay? He finally moves over. Once traffic allows for it, I move back in. No big deal, nothing happens. But I later see that guy about 2 miles later. He's exiting the interstate and he's getting off, and I see his chute. He was a front discharge cement truck, and I see his chute swinging to the right and concrete starting to pump out, and he pumps this onto an exit ramp, okay? So my guess is this guy didn't have the best morning. He probably wasn't awake yet, and he's driving an 80,000-pound vehicle on the interstate, okay? So he's pumping concrete, and a guy was trying to pass this guy on the right until he saw concrete shooting out of the truck, okay? Concrete truck number 2. I see a concrete truck drive. No, I'm sorry. I see people avoiding what is clearly a road hazard. I couldn't tell what it was. The thing was it was right in between 2 lanes. I immediately dive left to avoid it because more of it was sticking into the right-hand lane, the slow lane. So that said, I still had to put my wheel into the rumble strips on the left-hand side of the interstate to avoid this thing. Turns out I see a concrete truck that had a tire blew the fender off, and it also blew one of the chutes that they use to discharge concrete, right? So that thing was what was lying in the interstate, a concrete chute from a concrete truck, okay? That's concrete truck number 2. What else did I see? I experienced a wreck on 64 East where I was completely diverted, so I didn't actually see it. But the next day, what I did see was oil dry going from, it spanned all lanes is what I'm saying, okay? So this was a really bad wreck. It probably involved 4 to 5 vehicles. And I saw oil that had tracked from the left and so ended up hitting the Jersey barrier on the left and then hitting the guardrail on the right, okay? So this was a really bad accident. So bad that they had to divert all lanes of 64 at 5 a.m. off of the interstate, okay? What else did I see? On 65 South, I saw a guy. I don't know if it was a guy, but I'm assuming this person was okay. Um, but basically, you know that last moment decision you make? Oh, this is my exit. And you make a hard right. And you start to go. Well, this guy didn't make it. And he hit the barriers. I don't know what happened, but the vehicle impacted into the barriers and then basically stopped, or the front of the vehicle stopped and the back of the vehicle kept going, and so the vehicle flipped. I can only assume that the guardrails pinned part of the front down. And anyway, based on the airbag and all this stuff, I suspect the guy was actually okay because he hit it dead on, or head on. I can't imagine it was comfortable. So that's 2 concrete trucks, 3 flip semis, 1 idiot hitting a... And the one thing that I always see is people texting. People are always texting. People are on Facebook. People are doing... I mean, I pass someone, or they pass, rather, I'm doing 50. They pass me. They pass me, and almost every single one is texting. Stop it, guys. I use GPS during my rides. I don't text during my rides unless it's voice to text, and I've been accused of texting like a child because voice to text doesn't always get it right. But anyway, so guys, just when you're driving out there, it's nuts. And if you don't spend as much time on the road like I do, the stuff I see is crazy. Front tire blowouts, people spilling stuff. I think I saw a guy's tool chest fell out onto the road. And then he pulls over to try and go get it. Dude, you're in an interstate. People are doing 70 and 80 miles an hour. You're going to dart? No, don't. It's gone, man. Let it go. So yeah, guys, quick note about safety. Just be aware up there. You know, put your phone down. Give yourself a little bit of room. Us truckers, we call it build your buffer. It's the space in front of you that people, especially really crazy people that drive real fast and text, they like to cut in front of you. Someone cuts in front of you, slow down a little bit more, get that buffer back. I promise you, it'll keep you out of wrecks. All right, have a good day.